They're the secondary species of Inkopolis, and by far the Inkling's most greatest threat is the Octolings from the Splatoon series. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the Octolings, they made their first appearance in the game Splatoon, which originally released on the Wii U in 2015. The Octolings are a part of the species known as the Octarians, which is a species of mutated octopi that are the sworn enemies of the Inklings. Despite that, Octolings are a lot different than the Octarians, because unlike the standard looking Octarian, the Octoling is able to have both a human form and an octopus form, similar to how the Inkling is able to turn into a squid and a human at will. Also, unlike the Octarians, the Octolings want nothing more than to live alongside their rivals in peace. Well, kind of. They'll still fight them in turf wars, but even then, that's more of a sport than anything else. But today, the Octolings will fight alongside, or against, the Inklings on the Super Smash Bros. Roster. So starting off, the Octolings would be a pretty light character, just like the Inklings. They'd have 2 jumps, and they would be able to wall jump and crawl. Also, for some fun detail, whenever the Octoling dodge rolls, they'll just simply jump backwards in their octopus form. Despite that sounding lame, this is actually one of the new dodge mechanics introduced in Splatoon 3. But now, let's dive into the costumes. Well, actually before that, this video is sponsored by StreamStation PC. For those of you who've never heard of StreamStation PC, StreamStation PC is a website that sells PC equipment, but not just any PC equipment. Each PC here is custom made and was made with gaming in mind. These are high quality gaming PCs that can run up to 60 frames per second and even supports 4K resolution. So if you'd like to order a custom-made gaming PC, head on over to StreamStationPC.com. And if you'd like to get a small discount while simultaneously supporting my channel, then use the promo code on screen. And now, back to the video. Okay, now let's dive into the costumes. For the Octoling's default appearance, it'll be the Octoling girl in her Agent 8 costume from the DLC of Splatoon 2 called the Octo Expansion. For the first alt, it'll have the Octoling boy wearing the Agent 8 outfit as well. For the remaining alts, these will have the Octoling's ink color change, just like the Inkling's colors in Smash. So for the second alt, this will have the Octoling girl wear a fishing jacket and a helmet with her ink color changing to blue. For the third alt, the Octoling boy will also have blue ink, but he wears headphones instead of a helmet. For the fourth alt, the Octoling's girl's skin tone changes to a greenish color, now becoming the mind-controlled sanitized Octoling, which was introduced in the DLC of Splatoon 2. Likewise, the fifth alt will have the Octoling boy turn into a sanitized Octoling. We actually haven't officially seen a male version of the sanitized Octoling, so just pretend that one exists for Smash. Anyways, for the 6th alt, the Octoling girl dresses up in a white onesie, which references the upcoming DLC for Splatoon 3 called Side Order. And the final alt will have the Octoling boy in the exact same outfit, which again references Side Order. Now with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into the moveset. Now I know a lot of you are already saying, just make the Octoling an Echo Fighter for the Inkling. Well, for those of you who don't know, I don't make movesets for Echo Fighters. I only make movesets unique to each character. So to answer your question, the Octoling will be its own separate fighter for this moveset. With that said though, they will of course have a lot of similarities. I mean, they literally function the exact same way as the Inkling does in their own games. Also, just like the Inkling, the Octoling will have a gimmick involving the most important thing in the Splatoon series: ink. In Splatoon, ink is a part of every battle. It's used as ammunition, cover, or even for swimming in. For Smash, the Octoling will be using different weapons that all require ink. Now just like in the original series, the Octoling can actually run out of ink if you use your weapons too much. The only way to refill your ink is by pressing both the special button and the shield button at the exact same time. Now starting off with the Octoling's jab, it'll be a 3-hit jab that can lead into a flurry attack. The first 3 hits will mimic the Inkling's jab and smash, but the flurry attack will have the Octoling equip the most iconic weapon in Splatoon 2, known as the Splat Dualies. The difference between this flurry attack and the Inklings is that this flurry attack is quicker than the Inklings, but also isn't as strong. For the side tilt, the Octoling swings their weapon from high to low. It's slightly faster than the Inklings, but isn't as strong. For the down tilt, the Octoling will kick downwards twice. This move has the ability of tripping foes, but only if they were at early percentages. For the up tilt, the Octoling kicks upwards. This up tilt technically has 2 hits, since the Octoling kicks both of their legs upwards. So for the forward smash, the Octoling will equip the Splatana from Splatoon 3 and swings it forwards. Now there is a unique property with this attack. If you fully charge it up, the Splatana will release a wave of ink that works just like Cloud's neutral special. As strong as this move sounds, it does take up a good amount of ink, so don't spam this move unless you want to become fried calamari. Not only that, but the wave doesn't travel nearly as far as Cloud's does. It travels about half the distance. For the down smash, the Octoling will equip the Tri-Slosher and pour ink in both directions. Despite seeming like Inklings, there is one key difference. In the original game, the Tri-Slosher had the ability of spilling out 3 bubbles that bounce for a few times. However, for Smash, it'll only be 1 bubble on both sides, so that this move doesn't become too broken. For the up smash, the Octoling will equip the Splat Charger and shoot out a long trail of ink upwards. It's pretty weak if a foe gets hit too close to the Octoling, but the big damage is received if they were hit by the tip of the ink from above. Unfortunately, there is a lot of start lag and a lot of end lag after the move is finished. Not only that, but it takes about 1/4 of your ink, so keep that in mind when using the smash attack. For the neutral air, the Octoling spins a few times. Despite spinning, they only launch foes on impact. For the forward air, the Octoling equips the Tri-Stringer and shoots out 3 ink arrows into 3 different directions. For the back air, the Octoling will equip the Splat Charger again and shoot a single bit of ink forwards. Not only does it reach pretty far and moves fast, but it also has the ability to KO foes at early percentages. But just like the up smash, it has a lot of start lag and a lot of end lag. Not only that, but it only works if foes were hit by the tip of the ink trail. It doesn't work if they were hit up close. For the down air, the Octoling slams their weapon downwards, just like the Inkling does for the down air. And just like theirs, this move has the ability of spiking anyone who happened to be too close. And finally, for the up air, the Octoling equips the Custom Blaster and shoots out a big explosion upwards. It's incredibly strong, but has a bit of start and end lag. But where the Octoling reclaims the turf is with their special attacks. For the Octoling's neutral special, they'll equip the 2 terrific ink weapons of Inkopolis, the Splat Dualies. The Splat Dualies are essentially 2 mini versions of the Splatter Shot, which is what Inkling's neutral special is. However, there are a few key differences between this special and Inkling's special. First of all, the Splat Dualies can be aimed up or down by using the control stick to aim. Not only that, but you can freely move forward or backward if you hold down the special button. 2. Double tapping the control stick left or right twice will cause the Octoling to dodge roll either forward or backward. When that happens, it behaves just like a regular dodge roll where you can't get hit. And 3rd, the damage dealt to opponents is slightly more than the Inklings. Now just to remind everyone, the Octoling can run out of ink by using its own weapons, so make sure you refill it if you run low. Now for the Octoling side special, they'll equip one of the most popular weapons in all of Splatoon, the Octo Brush. If this looks familiar, then you're probably thinking of the ink brush that the Inkling has for its forward smash. Despite that, these 2 weapons are slightly different from each other. Simply tapping the special button has the Octoling swing the Octo Brush a single time. Rapidly tapping it will have the Octoling swing the brush a bunch of times. When a player gets hit by the Octo Brush, they'll be sent flying. Now that's just if you tap the special button, but if you hold it, the Octoling will use the Octo Brush to paint the ground beneath itself. Just like the Splat Roller that the Inkling has for its side special. And just like the Splat Roller, if an opponent happened to get hit by the Octo Brush when used like the Splat Roller, the opponents will actually get buried. This side special can be used for some crazy combo potentials. Despite that though, it does use up a lot of ink, so keep that in mind when using the side special. Now for the Octoling's down special, the Octoling will throw a suction bomb. Once it's thrown, it behaves like a stronger version of the sticky bomb item, where it sticks onto the floor, platform, a wall, or even a player. Once it sticks to something, it explodes, which deals a large amount of damage and knockback. The detonation time is relatively short, so if you see the Octoling throw the suction bomb, then I'd recommend swimming in some ink and getting out of the way as fast as you can. As strong as this move sounds, there is one massive issue with this move. It takes up half of a full tank of ink, so you can only use this down special twice until you run out. And finally, for the up special, it'll be the same up special that was given to the Inkling, called the Super Jump. The way this special works is pretty simple. The Octoling will transform into its octopus form and jump high into the air. After it jumps, it goes into free fall until it gets attacked or lands back into the stage, whichever happens first. You can also slightly angle this move left or right. When the move starts and ends, the Octoling is surrounded by a small ink puddle that acts as a small shockwave, so players can actually take damage by the start and end of the move. As weird of a move this sounds, this actually comes from the online battles of Splatoon where you can literally jump to a teammate. And now, for the final smash. The Octoling's final smash will be Killer Whale. This will be a cinematic final smash that starts with Pearl appearing and yelling "Booyah" so hard that it causes a massive shockwave. Anyone hit by the shockwave will be set into a cinematic. The cinematic then plays out with the players in between two massive ink lasers, and one of which is caused by Pearl's Killer Whale. After about 5 seconds of this madness, Pearl's Killer Whale completely annihilates the player, causing them to deal large amounts of damage and knockback, ending the cinematic. This final smash is a direct reference towards the end of the Octo expansion when the Squid Beaks saved the entire world from a rogue telephone. The stage of choice is the NILS statue from Splatoon 2 Octo expansion. This stage's layout is reminiscent of the Halberd stage in Smash, where it goes from one angle of the statue to another. And as a little funny Easter egg, if the Octoling isn't selected to fight on this stage, the Octoling will be seen in the background spraying the entire statue with ink. In the background, you can see Commander Tartar piloting the big statue and Off the Hook performing one of their songs. There are quite a lot of Splatoon songs that didn't make the cut in Ultimate, so I'll be going with as many songs as possible. In total, 35 songs will be included, 11 of which will be remixed. And that would be if the Octoling joins Super Smash Bros. The Octoling as a fighter seems extremely likely for the next Smash game, but I'm uncertain if it'll be its own separate fighter or an Echo fighter. To me, it doesn't matter so long as we get more Splatoon content, as Splatoon is such a great game. Anyways, do you have a character you'd like to see be given a Smash moveset? If so, let me know in the comments down below. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe? That way you can get notified when I put out any Super Smash Bros. Moveset videos. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.